And this is our top story this hour, the soaring cost of petrol becoming a growing crisis for many motorists, huge implications for other commuters and the South African economy at large. Today, government announcing the price is going up by between R2.33 and R2.43 per litre tomorrow. That takes 95 unleaded, the most expensive fuel, above 24 Rand per litre. And we've already seen a series of hikes. So we know that this is onerous for consumers. We've spoken to government. Let's see what it means for the industry now. We're joined by Avhapfani Tshifularo, who is the Executive Director of the South African Petroleum Industry Association. Thank you for being with us. What does this mean for the industry at large?
I think first let's welcome the government continued support of the motorists with the extension of R1.50 reduction in fuel levy for another month, and then it will be followed by another 75 cents, in month 2. As an industry, of course, we also facing our own battles because the prices are expensive at the point of origin where we buy product, and import them into South Africa. But as it stands right now, I think everybody is going through tough time. I think we welcome the intervention by the government.
What does it mean for fuel retailers? You think you can charge more and make more when the prices go up, but I understand it's not always that simple.
It's actually illegal in terms of the rules that governs the regulation of petrol prices. You cannot charge more than what the minister has prescribed. So your margins remains the same. If you're a wholesaler or retailer, you can't suddenly ask for more than what has been approved by the minister. The margins are set in the first week of December every year, and you cannot just change, as an operator.
But help me understand, your margin is a percentage of the price, right? So doesn't your margin increase slightly with an increase?
It does not. It's fixed for a period of 12 months, and it's only adjusted, once per year. It doesn't matter whether the price, at the pump is going up due to external factors, the dollar rand exchange rate. Your margins remains, fixed per cents per litre.
So this isn't good news for the industry, and we often hear complaints that those retail margins are tight in any case. Is there any potential negative effect here in that people try and stay away from the pumps? FNB is talking about people not going to work if they can help it at all. That would lead a decrease in overall demand.
Yeah, it's quite a strange one, the relationship between the demand of petrol and the price itself in the case of South Africa, because we don't have options. Like public transport is really not available to everyone here in South Africa. There are those people who have got no choice. They have to use public transport, and it's available no matter how expensive it is. They still need to travel to work. But for most of us where we stay, we've got no option because we've got no public transport to just to decide that today I'm going to leave my car at home and jump into a public transport system. So overall, if we look for the demand of petroleum products, on a year basis, and we compare to what has been the movement in reaction to the price adjustment, you don't really see the direct relationship between the two. The demand remains pretty much the same over the period of a year.
Which is linked to the lack of choices that South African consumers have, as you've pointed out. Many simply don't have any other choice. Given what's going on, the war raging on, what do you predict in terms of oil prices, in terms of what we can look at in coming months? We don't make prediction, but based on the numbers that are available in the recent past, you just need to look what is happening. The war in Ukraine is still continuing, and
it appears that, that will impact heavily on the crude oil availability from Russia. The recent shared numbers shows that there will be a huge decline in terms of crude oil coming out of Russia to other markets outside the EU. And what also is happening is that the Chinese economy is opening up. They have been in a lockdown, and now they are opening up. China is quite a huge, consumer of petroleum products. So all that factors, they are going to affect the demand and supply of petroleum products in the world markets. So if you just look at the fundamentals, you look, what is likely to happen going forward, it is pointing out to higher fuel prices coming into the future.
All right, no relief in sight in the immediate future. Thank you for your time tonight. That was Avhapfani Tshifularo, who's the Executive Director of the South African Petroleum Industry Association.